Hey, good morning, folks. We are back here, day 2 at Mount Tabor. I ended up getting a bunch of the supplies we talked about yesterday. Y'all are probably watching that video now since I posted it this morning, but we got our conduit more than enough. We're gonna put that up there, run our cables up, go through the ceiling and do that. Now, the other thing I decided on, I bought a bunch, about 500 feet of RG6, and what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run a new cable down this hallway so that we can get here. And it all depends. It might be the path of least resistance. I might actually run it this way. That way when I go up, if we can find it, we can just bring in our cable here at the same time. Now that is a drop, so I might not be able to get it from here, but we are gonna run a new cable to send the video over there, and then we also got to figure out how to get our video downstairs. But I think I got a lot of the stuff here, so what I'm gonna do is focus the attention on changing out the surge protectors here, and I did forget that I left the USB cable at home. I did have it here, so we can hook that up, get the laptop talking to the ATEM, all that other fun stuff. And then we're going to concentrate on the cables and then try and get everything wrapped up today.
One eternity later.
Real quick, as you can hear, we got sound everywhere, so yay. So I didn't keep the sound on that long so I don't get in trouble. But we got all of this. This is all temporary. This took way longer than I thought, but we got all of the speakers in here working. One of them was dead. It was mainly they weren't hooked up. And actually, there's another tile, so I might not need another piece. But we got a couple of things need to just close up. But the sound in here, as well as the kitchen, is working. I am now running a temporary SDI cable on the floor so that we can get a signal back here, and this is going to be temporary because I know I'm not going to have enough time to run this on the wall, in the ceiling. So we're going to punch through right here, and then this is going to go all the way down and around into the sanctuary. So I'm going to splice these two cables together, and then main goal is to get an image on there, test the sound, make sure the sound goes through, and then I'm gonna hang the speaker downstairs. And again, I forgot to bring my fiber optic cable that's sitting in the garage. I need to remember to do that. But let's go ahead, connect this, and make sure we get a signal back there from the sanctuary. All right, we got our stuff connected, and I am happy to say we got an image. So yay! So that SDI cable is good, and we just got to relocate it there, but we got an image here that will send audio. So now the test is to send some audio through here, and let's see how it sounds. Alrighty folks, I am shutting it down for the day. Got a lot done, not as much as I wanted to get done, but we got the conduit. Like I said, the main thing now is to get those two cables in the ceiling over. They want me to also move the amp that was back there. So the amp is going to go inside that rack. So I need to go get some speaker wire so I can rerun these speakers here and straight down so they hook up to the amp that we're going to place over there. That will get everything out of there. Hang the choir mics, make the hole in the corner, drop them down, get them over here, run the RG6 cable down the hallway and get it over here some way. And looking at it, I may be able to run it up under the stage. I really don't want to crawl up under here. Nah, it's only a door on one side. So we're gonna have to get up here some way, then meet the cable over there, and then bring my hammer, because didn't realize that that was a studless speaker mount for downstairs. So we'll knock that out first because that's simple, and then we're gonna have to come back and figure out another way to get the cables downstairs. So anyway, let's head home and we'll be back tomorrow. All right, good morning everybody. We are back here at Mount Tabor. It is day 3. I believe I brought everything that I needed. Hold on one second. So I didn't have my hammer here, and I brought my fiber optic cable so that I can put this mount on the wall for holding the sound bar. So let me go ahead and do that. We're probably gonna have to come back down here to figure out how the video came down here, or maybe be able to figure it out during the process. But let's go ahead and get this done. And then we're gonna work on pulling all the cables and putting them in the ceiling in the sanctuary, re-terminating the speakers, moving the amp, and then running the RG6 down the hallway into the sanctuary. Then the ceiling speakers for the choir, and then we should be done. All right, I got it mounted, but the stinky thing is, because of the cables and how far they stick out, it blocks it from sitting flat on the wall. And I have not seen a right angle fiber optic cable, and maybe a power cable, but again, just the way this sits, that doesn't work. So I think originally what I was going to do is put a shelf. So when I come back, I'll probably have to take this down and actually put a shelf, an actual shelf that would give more space. But I mean, it is connected, and I'll explain that, the plan on how to resolve that. But we got that done, so let us now move on upstairs. All right, we are now in the fellowship hall, and I bought these clips to make the connections that go in the back of the receiver a lot easier. I didn't have a small enough flathead to get in there and tighten this down. So what I'm gonna do is, the cables I can, all these black ones I'm actually gonna replace to more of these, because I actually ran out of that. I'm gonna re-terminate those with these ends on here, and then we will put up all the cables. I need to put some electrical tape in, wire nuts on that one, push up everything in the ceiling, and then run all those cables probably down this side, and then we'll come straight there. And I have like extra white sleeve that's gonna keep all the cables, speaker cables, connected back behind here. All right, folks, so let's start the game of running this cable down in the hallway. I need to punch through right here so that I can get my cable on the other side of here, and then we're gonna run it all the way down the hallway and go until we get it into the sanctuary. All right, folks, I haven't been recording a lot because I've been busy, but we've got the cable pulled all the way up over there, and I have it dropped down right above here. I've cleaned up a lot of the electrical stuff down here and got it all. The stuff that needs to stay on is in this strip, but then everything else is plugged in, controlled by the power switch here. I need to hook up a couple of the other wireless mics that I put back there, which is temporary, as well as this one. Need to change some of the cables. I'm glad I brought some extra XLRs, because I need to do that for a couple of these. And like I said, relocate this. But I need to get up here and do that. And I'm actually having an issue now. In the fellowship hall, everything was working. I relocated the receiver, and now the receiver won't turn on, and it keeps coming to a I protect message and flips right back off. Looking in the manual, that is an electrical fault somewhere, and it might be caused by the speakers. So I'm just going to give that some time. Nothing is plugged into it. It just won't turn on the receiver by itself. So I'm going to leave it unplugged for a little bit, try and finish up everything over here, and then maybe hook up one of the Yamaha speakers that came with it just to see if that resolves the issue. The other thing is I got the coax pulled to right here, and I'm actually finding another coax that's already up here. Yeah, this one right here was already here, and it's already going up. If I can find where that's going, then I will just splice this cable right here and then try and find where this is, because it's already up in the ceiling somewhere. I'm probably gonna do that anyway. After I get this speaker cable ran, I'm gonna do that. Then I need to come over here, do this speaker cable, run it over there, move the amp from back here over there, and then find where that coax is. Hopefully I'll find the coax up here somewhere, or when I go up to hang the ceiling mics, and then we'll be good. Worst case scenario, I'm gonna have to return the that Yamaha amp and get a replacement. And might have to look at getting 8-inch speakers to replace all the ones there. The wires already ran. I would just need to clip them, because those were ones that need to be soldered on, and get some newer ones so I can just clip on. It'll go faster. But let me get up here, make this cable for the speaker, move the amp, make sure we get sound, and then start on that side, and then I will zip tie all the rest of that up, put that and nail it to the wall, hook it on the wall up there above the ceiling, so everything is straight. And originally I had a 164 foot fiber optic HDMI cable. Originally I had this quoted for 100 foot, which all it really was what was needed. I put the 164 on the floor, and I should have moved it, so normally I wouldn't have that much access there, but that's the 164. So zip tie that, not zip tie, Velcro zip tie that up, and then get that up and out of the way. So let me get this new speaker cable here, run a little bit to get down there, and then get the speaker done. Alrighty folks, so we didn't get everything done. We're gonna have to come back with one more trip, but everything in here is done. We've reran the speaker cables in here, got the sound done, removed a whole bunch of wires, redid some of the mics, and did the new hanging mics, cleaned up a lot of the stuff back here. Still a little bit more stuff we got to do with the RG6 cable. We're gonna, once everything is done, gonna shorten all of the rest of those cables and make them nice and neat and put them in that cable wrap to get them done. Ended up putting another piece of conduit, and just from time standpoint, we're leaving that right there because we gotta run another cable up here. Redid a bunch of the cables up here, and everything in here is done. Now, we will have to revisit downstairs. So next week I'm gonna be in Alabama, but we're gonna order some other stuff. I need to vacuum this up. I need to shorten this cable as well too. I'm gonna actually do this, shorten this, put this in the ceiling. So this is gonna be up out of the way. I'm gonna do this before I leave. And the Yamaha sound system kind of, and I forgot to put the ceiling tiles up here. So we got some more stuff to do here. We'll put these tiles up before I leave. There's another towel. The sound was acting up, so let's see if we can get it back on. See, it's still doing the reset here, and I'm not gonna be able to do this with one hand. Hold on. So I'm gonna have to unplug this and send this back. I don't know what in the world's going on with it, but it was working for a hot second. Well, it was working yesterday. All we did was move it, and then now it's going audio fault. So I need to pack that up, and then I'll bring the stuff over here, put the tiles in here, seal this off, and put this stuff up in the ceiling so we can be back. So let me do that real quick. All right, so what do we have left to do here? Outside of putting a shelf downstairs, finding a way to run some cables downstairs to get a signal. In here, we'll clean up that other corner. Coax inside of here to connect to that. Guess I need to get a dual quarter inch to 3.5 millimeter, because the blue cables I use to connect to the amp here instead. So I need a new cable to connect to the ATEM for sound. We're gonna move all of the rest of that stuff over there as well too. Maybe set it on top or something, but I don't know. What else? Finished tacking down this into this corner, but right now it's up and out of the way. They said they're fine with that. Got that done. We have to get this cable in here some way. And I'm gonna put this up on the ceiling, up out of the way. Make sure that's not in the way. We'll put the extra in the ceiling, roll that up, and put that up there. And then I think that's mainly it for our phase one. There were other things that they wanted to do, but again, the main thing was to fix the sound in the fellowship hall, which we did until the receiver died. So I'm taking that back home to get a replacement for that. Again, I'm gonna take this stuff home and maybe I can get it working at home. Not sure, but we had everything done, but then we had an issue that was outside of our control because everything is not in your control 100% of the time. So we just had to deal with it how we do. And we'll be back when we finish that. We'll also take that as a moment to train them on everything. A lot of the stuff I was referencing, a lot of the videos that we did to show that that can be used for training. And I am driving just very slowly just to relocate over here so I can get closer to load up the car. But again, ended up getting a lot of stuff done that wasn't initially what we were going to do, but we're glad to have fixed a bunch of things that were issues I found when I was in the ceiling. So I'd like to make sure we get their stuff straight, leave it in better condition than we found it. So that is cool. So I'll bring you back when we're done with everything and do on a final tour once we're good to go.